I didn't believe someone who said they were raped and now everyone thinks I'm horrible. I have this friend Marcus who's 17 and honestly one of the best people I know. We've been friends since middle school and he's basically like a brother to me. Last week, this girl from our friend group called everyone on a group chat late at night. Her name's Brittany and we all hang out together at school. She was crying and said Marcus had come to her house and raped her that night. Everyone on the call immediately started freaking out. People were saying they were gonna beat Marcus up and that he was disgusting. Some girls were crying with Brittany and saying how brave she was for telling us. Then Brittany asked if we all believed her and everyone was like, of course we do. We're here for you. When it got to me, I just said that's not true. The entire call went silent. Then everyone started yelling at me at once. They called me a terrible person and said I was defending a rapist. Someone said I was part of the problem with why victims don't come forward. Brittany started crying harder and said she couldn't believe I would do this to her. But here's the thing, I knew for a fact that Marcus didn't do this. First of all, Marcus is gay, like actually gay. He's been dating this guy named Chris from the next town over for 3 years now. Nobody knows except me and his older brother because we live in this small town where people are super homophobic. His parents would literally kick him out if they found out. There's no way he would ever touch Brittany like that. Second, Marcus went through something really bad when he was younger. His uncle did stuff to him when he was a kid and it messed him up pretty badly. He's scared of physical contact with pretty much everyone. When we first became friends, it took him 7 months before he stopped flinching every time I got near him. Even now, he only feels safe around like 3 people total. The idea of him forcing himself on anyone is literally impossible. But the biggest reason I knew Brittany was lying was because I was literally on the phone with Marcus that entire night. We'd been on FaceTime for almost 3 hours working on this project together. I was on the call with him until like 10 minutes before Brittany said this happened. Marcus lives 15 minutes away from Brittany's house. Even if he'd hung up and immediately drove there, which he didn't because I heard him go to bed, the timeline doesn't even make sense. I tried explaining all this to everyone, but they wouldn't listen. People started screaming that I was making excuses and victim blaming. Someone said I was probably in love with Marcus and couldn't accept the truth. They all blocked me after that call. The next day at school, I found out they'd started this whole campaign to get me and Marcus kicked out of every club we're in together. They made posts about it on Instagram and told the club advisors we were both dangerous. Marcus had no idea what was even happening until people started confronting him in the hallways. He called me crying, asking what was going on. I had to explain that Brittany had accused him and everyone believed her. He had a complete panic attack, started hyperventilating and saying he couldn't go back to school. His brother had to come pick him up early. The worst part is I can't even tell people the real reason I know he's innocent without outing him. If I told everyone Marcus was gay and with Chris that night, it would destroy his life. His parents would find out and he'd have nowhere to go. Now I'm basically alone at school. People whisper about me in the halls and former friends won't even look at me. Someone wrote liar on my locker yesterday. Marcus hasn't come back to school yet. His brother says he's too scared and is doing online classes from home. I keep wondering if I should have just stayed quiet. Maybe I should have let everyone believe Brittany and dealt with Marcus privately, but I couldn't just let her lie about something that serious. Not when I knew the truth, not when it could ruin his entire life even more than it already has been.